Hi, my name is Wanur Eliza binti Wan Aziz. My metric number is 257207. Okay, today our discussion is about the lack of learning material in university. Okay, what is learning material? Learning material is a collection of material that students use to assist them in meeting the expectation for learning or achieve the desire of learning objective. Okay, most of the university students are facing problem in the learning process when the provided learning material are insufficient. Most of public university only provide PowerPoint slide for students to learn about particular topic. PowerPoint slide is not enough for them because the slide usually are oversimplification of a topic. That's why students need learning material like textbook to help them to have a better understanding about the topic. Okay, however, the cost of buying the textbooks are expensive. Okay, I have these 5 possible solutions to overcome this issue. Okay, firstly, adding more digital resource to library system like ebook. Okay, nowadays technology usage has been enhanced in this modern era. So adding more ebook to library system is an effective way to help students to save their money since some of them have a high daily expenses and not enough money for them to buy a textbook, because buying a textbook can cost up RM 80 to 150, something like that, and it is one of the burden for the university student because most of them are rely on PTPTN loan. Okay, the introduction of ebook provide free access to the student about the info they needed for research and assignment purpose. Okay, after searching from the library website, a student can borrow the book they need online by registering their username and password through the library website only. That's why ebook can help students to borrow more update versions of the book online and provide more choices for them to compare which book is more suitable for them to use as a reference. Okay, secondly is organize a book fair. Okay, why we need to organize a book fair? Okay, the reason is to encourage students buy more book as a reference to them in study. The bookstore should organize a book fair with discounted price so that the student can afford to buy the reference book. It will give many advantages to student university if the bookstore organize a book fair with a discount price of the books. Besides that, it will also help the author to publish more books so that students no need to worry to photostat reference books with copyright. The book fair event can be held twice on a year after the new sem begin. It will help the student to prepare well before attempt the class because they have their own reference book to be referred. Okay, our third point is allowing students to have photocopy of educational material. As you know, not all the students came from family that is wealthy and have a good finance. So we need to seek for assistance and loans from relevant party like PTPTN and scholarship like JPA or YBR and others. Okay, the amount of money that had been provided but sometimes not enough because of the expensive fees and due to the rising cost of living. So in order to help students to cut cost of student expenses, the lecturer should allow students to have a photocopy textbook. This is because the photocopy textbook is more cheaper than the new book costing. The price is quite expensive. that's why we need to photocopy the book. It's become more affordable for the student to buy it. Because the photocopy book is not like the price of reference book that we buy during our primary or secondary school. The reference book during the university is quite expensive and the price is not reasonable at all for the person that have not good in finance. Okay, moreover, it also can help students who are having financial problem to have their education material without need to borrow it from library. So that means it's like the student will not feel it like will be easier for them to study. Okay, the next point is rental book program from bookstore. One of the way to save the money of student instead of buying a book which student only use once per semester, we can make a rental book program from bookstore. The rental price of a book only costs 50% from the original price of the book, and it is much cheaper than you need to buy a new book because the cost is depend on how the book value itself and duration of rental. If student forget to return the book before the due date, there will be the extra charge. But if student decided after use the book and want to buy it, the book will be sold by used price, so it more cheaper than you need to buy a new books. Okay, I think this is one of the good solution to this problem. Okay, the last point is improve the interlibrary loans become more efficient. Okay, what is interlibrary loans? Interlibrary loans is a service which a library can share the accessibility with another library, such as to borrow books, discs, photocopies of document, and others. Okay, a student need to make the request with their university library, and then they will place the request. After that, the student will receive the material that's the student needed. Okay, the due date and the fees will be decided by the university who received the request. So it will be the fees is not fixed. It is depend on the university. Okay, why we need to improve the interlibrary loan? Okay, we need to improve the interlibrary loan to become more efficient is to strengthen the relationship with all the public university, private university, and also the college in Malaysia. Okay, it can help to increase the range of learning materials that can be shared and shorten the duration need to process because the student can place the book request at the nearest university that available nearest the place that they were studying. Okay, so after I had listed the 5 solutions to overcome the problem, I find that the best solution is by adding more digital resource to library system, which is ebook. Okay, this is because it will create new opportunity to students to access their learning material anywhere and anytime they need. Okay, why we need to adding more digital resource to library system? Okay, I have a few reasons. It is because the firstly is because in term of cost. In term of cost, the ebook is much inexpensive than printed media such as textbook and so on. As we know, single printed textbook can cost up to RM50 and above. However, the digital resources mostly free to access by the university student. Okay, the secondly is effective way to implement in order to solve the problem. This is because the ebook is required very little physical space to contain than various books that are limited storage. So you can access entire library only using electronic device with internet connection. Okay, third is in terms of acceptability. In terms of acceptability, the solution highly acceptability and this solution is accepted by all the students because these digital resources more flexible and we can update the content from time to time according to the current issues. Okay, the next is high accessible because students can gain access 24 hours and 7 weeks, all the 7th day, all the time to the digital resources without limit as long as an internet connection is available. It means there is no time limit or there is no such like you need to search what we call it's need to attempt the ebook. We need to research the book in some place like which had been stated. Okay. Lastly, the solution is highly valid because digital resources can be sustainable for a long term than the textbook. Okay, to conclude, we can increase the motivation of the student to learn and perform in academic by adding the more digital resources to the library system. That's all from me. Thank you.